I'm Spooky, and I'm a former cake decorator, and I'm going to show you how to make a ganache from an already made fudge cake from Petrid Farm. Make it a lot easier than baking your own cake. If you don't have time for that, just grab one of these. Ganache is expensive, and so we're going to start with some heavy cream, heavy whipping cream, and Nestle. I got chunks, but it's not necessary. This is what's supposed to be for ice cream. Nestle's semi-sweet chocolate chips or chunks. I have some over here that we can use to make the ganache. If you plan on melting chocolate or you do candies, chocolate candies and stuff like that, you might want to invest in one of these melters. If you already have one of these, it'd be great to invest in one, because you can also dip ice cream in here and chocolate. It comes with another piece that already has melted chocolate in there. It's just good to have. But if you don't want to invest in one of these, it's okay. You get yourself a pot that has a stainless steel bowl that will fit in it, not inside it, but on top. Fill it with halfway of water and let it simmer, and you can melt chocolate like that. You could do white chocolate. I've done a white chocolate ganache cake, and they're very pretty. So you pour your whipping cream or heavy cream inside the melting pot, I call it. I'm going to put these leftover chocolate chip, remember, semi-sweet morsels. In case I need any more, I got the backup right here that I got for ice cream. I'm going to make chocolate soft serve with chocolate chunks. So we just wait for that to melt. Really need to stir this, but if you want to make sure that it all incorporates, that's fine. It has to be a certain kind of consistency because you're going to pour it over that cake that I bought right here. This is just to show you how to do it. You can already pre-make your cakes and freeze them. I like 8-inch rounds. Actually, I have 6-inch rounds that I like the best. And that's like cake for two. Or when you make them like that, you can make several different flavor cakes for company or guests. So we're going to do this real quick just to show you how it's done. You can get a vanilla cake and do this. You can also use white chocolate to do this. And whatever you like. You don't want it to be too thick because you want to be able to cover the cake and it's going to just slide right over like a drip cake. And like a drip cake, and you're going to help it along a little bit until the cake is fully covered. It doesn't have to be. It could be dripped. And you would need a rack over another container bowl so you catch the chocolate and you can put it right back and you can freeze this, make it ahead of time and freeze and just melt it when you want to. Just put it all together. You got company coming over, you want to, impress them or something really special, and you could do this 1, 2, 3.
The microphone stopped working. We'll have to voice over.
Okay, so I'm stirring the ganache until it's a certain consistency so it will spread over the pre-made cake. You could do that with any cakes you want. As a matter of fact, Hostess Cupcakes dip their cupcake in ganache, in case you didn't know. So you can pre-make your cakes and freeze them, but I decided to do this real quick just to show you how to make ganache. You can cover the whole cake or you can drip it. You can also, once you do that, you don't even have to wait for it to dry, but you can do rosettes. You can put roses. You can write on this cake. You can also make white ganache with white chocolate chips. Very pretty. I've done it a long time ago when I worked in the bakery. White ganache is a lot difficult to work with, so you got to be really careful you don't overheat it. It has to be melted low and slow, not like the chocolate. So I'm taking the cake out of the box. I couldn't find a rack. You're supposed to put it on a rack, so when you drizzle the ganache over the cake, it drips off and you can save it because you don't want to waste this. You can reuse it and freeze the leftovers. This Pepperidge Farm cakes are awesome. So I'm just spreading some on as much as you like. I'm going to drip it over and try to cover the sides because I couldn't find my rack, so I try not to drip too much over the sides. It tastes amazing. I seen a Hostess documentary on YouTube, and I never knew that the frosting on the Hostess cupcake is ganache. And that's what it tastes like, a big old Hostess cupcake. So I speed it up. You get the idea. Right now I'm explaining that you can melt chocolate and let it dry, and then you can curl it. So you can put curls on top of your cake. Because there's a lot of ideas you can do over a Pepperidge Farm or any other cake that you want to redecorate over for those who are in a hurry, on a budget. Because in the bakeries, the cakes are very expensive. And you can just get something like this and do roses yourself, do designs yourself, put chocolate shavings yourself. Whatever you want. You can put dipped strawberries, you can dip cherries and put them on whipped cream or buttercream rosettes. Has a nice glossy shine to it. So now I'm talking to you about because the mic right there on my neck right there, I guess I didn't turn it on because it's not blinking. I forgot to turn it back on. So I'm showing the leftovers, and you could just put them in a container and put them away. Showing you Pepperidge Farm. I believe they do a vanilla cake. I know they do lemon, marble, fudge, coconut, and did I say lemon? They do lemon too. And it tastes awesome. And so I'm going to try it because I've been craving a ganache cake because they don't make them in the bakery anymore. I don't see them. And they're very, very expensive. All right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to show it to you first. This is a fudge layer cake. You see how thick the ganache is. You don't have to have it that thick. And then you can do those little white swirls. That was delicious.
I'm spooky.
Shh.